Hey, how's it going? This is one of those videos, if you've been following my channel, this is like, I guess you call it a word from our sponsor. And I'm kind of doing these impromptu. I kind of think about them a little bit. In other words, I say, what do I want to talk about? You know, I have a conversation in my mind and I say, well, what do I want to talk about? You know, and then I go ahead with that idea. And I got a lot of kids. Only they're grown now, they're adults, right? And I tell them, I say, I got this new channel, you should check it out, right? And they say, yeah, okay, cool, you know, because, you know, I mean, they know me, I mean, their dad, you know, so they know that I sing and draw and all this kind of stuff. But then they don't check it out. And the way I know they don't check it out is because a lot of times I mention my kids in the videos, and if they checked it out, you know, then they would call me up and say, hey, Dad, you know, we heard your video, and, you know, you want to talk about this or whatever. And I know it's out of a sign of respect that they say, yeah, that's cool, Dad, and we always like your videos, we'll check them out. But then they don't, because basically what happens, you know, if you think about it, is life is just really, really confusing and really, really hectic, and you just, you know, a lot of people just spend their whole life just trying to keep their heads above water, and they really don't have time for the entertainment part of it, you know, and they just have to keep doing this thing called living, you know, and they just don't have time to do things, the little things like take a walk or eat an ice cream cone or, you know, check out a video or something like that. And I understand that because uh, for some reason it seems like a lot of my family is in constant turmoil. You know, in all fairness, I'm retired and I have a fixed income, but then on the other side of the coin, you know, I worked for 35 years, so this society didn't give me anything that I didn't earn. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about death, you know. And the reason I want to talk about death is because the subject comes up a lot when I'm talking to people. And I think the reason the subject comes up is because they listen to the songs I sing, you know, the lyrics and stuff, and they look at my T-shirts, you know, and then maybe they check out my skull collection or my gargoyle collection or my, you know, supernatural collection or something like this. And finally, I get like you know, I get the comment, well, boy, you're really preoccupied with death, aren't you? And you know, I respond and I say, no, I'm not preoccupied with death. I just don't fear death. You know, to me, death is just another passage into another existence. It's another door that opens up, you know. So if you look around my apartment or my lifestyle or the activities that I do, and it mirrors the accoutrements of the death, you know, like skulls and gargoyles and demons and supernatural things and stuff like that, you know, and amulets and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's not because, you know, I'm preoccupied with death. You know, I just don't fear death. You know, it's like I'm, you know, I'm not afraid of walking out on the freeway and getting hit by a semi truck, but that doesn't mean I'm going to walk out on the freeway and stand in the path of a semi truck. See? And I have these conversations with my kids too, you know, because like I said, you know, it seems like they're always in constant turmoil, and it seems like they're always looking for something in their life to kind of believe in and kind of get them through and give them that extra boost and maybe, you know, kick up their life a notch and stuff like that. And I try to tell them that, you know, I found something, and a lot of people have heard about it, but they don't subscribe to it because it's got a forbidden tag on it. You know, it's considered forbidden knowledge. And without going into detail, because I really can't go into detail, because if you read the book, you find out that you can't share this information with the unenlightened. I mean, if the unenlightened want to find out what's going on, then they have to read the book themselves. And basically, I would say my Bible, quote unquote, is the Necronomicon. Hence that's why my channel is EnkiMarNu. Because those are three of the divinities from the Necronomicon. And I just like the idea that it imparts, because it goes along with what Lovecraft said about death too. It says like death is not only just another door and just another journey that you take in your existence, but also I think the thing that really scares people about death is, it's like the unknown, and they're really wondering what's happening and what they're gonna go on to and stuff like that. And it's so easy to embrace a Christian belief. Not that anything's wrong with the Christian belief, but it's so easy to embrace it because you have that belief that you're going to go on to this next dimension where everything is beautiful and there's no war and everything, and you drink from the beautiful water that's not polluted, and you can mingle with the animals without fear of being hurt and all this kind of stuff. Well, the Necronomicon is more realistic. It's more like death is like the water is a little less rancid, basically. In other words, it's just as tumultuous and dangerous and as life is, but it's just on a different level because you're not dealing with your body anymore. Your body's gone. You don't have to worry about your body. It's really strange. It's so ironic because my dad pretty much, he never believed in anything, never talked about anything. Even towards the end of his life, when he had gotten cancer and he got it so bad they had to cut out his tongue and stuff, when he still, and he knew he was getting close to death, he never really talked about like what was going to happen and stuff like that. And when he died, he had himself cremated. And I realized that he was really brave. He was making a statement. He was saying, I think that when you die, you cease to exist in this dimension, so I really don't care what they do to my body. If they want to put it in the ground, that's fine. If they want to throw it in the water, that's fine. If they want to burn it up, I don't care because I don't need it anymore. It's not something that's essential in the next dimension and stuff like that. And that's how I feel about my body. I feel like it's not something essential in the next dimension. I don't even hold with close to any of the Egyptian beliefs and stuff that your body has to be prepared for the afterlife and all that kind of stuff. As far as I'm concerned, this is the shell or the housing or the container we use for this dimension. But it's only for this dimension. It's not for any other dimension, And down here, we struggle and stuff in this dimension for like 70 years or something like that. Well, the next dimension is like 700 years. And then the dimension after that is 7,000 years. And then when you attain the dimension after that, it's 7 million years. And then beyond that, it's infinity, And every dimension, you take a different form. And I'm positive that the next dimension is a bodiless form. It's the essence. It's the essence of your life. It goes into the next dimension, but your body stays here. And I want to talk to my kids about this kind of stuff, but they really don't want to talk about it. So I kind of keep that kind of stuff to myself. But like I said, I'm going to be a lot more honest on this video and on this channel than I've been on the other two channels. And even though I do want to entertain and amuse people, I also want to enlighten people. I want to impart the wisdom of my experience and my knowledge and stuff. Because the bottom line is, I just have to tell you that I'm a very happy person. I'm very content with my life. I've gone through a lot of different stuff, And I'm really content just to sit here in my nice easy chair and do things like this, and stuff like that. And there's so many people in this world that, they're just in constant turmoil. I mean, they're always just paddling, just trying to keep their head above water and stuff like that. So I try to give them encouragement and say, hey, it always doesn't have to be this way. There's always something else you can do, and stuff like that. And in case you're wondering what happened is, there's some clouds outside, and there's a tree right outside my window, and the wind is blowing leaves around, and that's the shadow that you saw all of a sudden. I think it's really cool because it goes along with this video and everything too. I don't think I'm going to change a thing about this video. That's another thing too. It's like, there's this old proverb that says, he who fears the dark has not seen the power of the light. One time I did fear the dark, and then one night, the dark was in front of me, and it was pitch dark. You couldn't even see your hand in front of your face, and where people, when it gets in that situation, people grope around and stuff and kind of feel their way through. Well, I didn't, man. I just took a deep breath and I just walked right into it. I said, okay, here I come, And I mean, I couldn't see 2 inches in front of my face. All I could see was blackness, and I just walked right into it and said, okay, whatever's gonna happen, I'm going right into it, full bore and stuff like this. And I haven't looked back since. And my road has always been straight ahead. I've never detoured, and I never go back to something else. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to intersperse some of my entertainment videos with a little bit of knowledge and philosophy and stuff. And I think this is the second one in the series. But I want to impart that I hope my kids start listening to this channel, because there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, if they really want to know what Dad is all about, all they have to do is listen to this channel, And once again, I'm not preoccupied with death. I mean, if I live another 50 years, that's great. I'm enjoying life down here, but I'm not afraid of death either. And I've met so many people in this lifetime that are so afraid of it, because they don't know what's going to happen when they die. And I know what's going to happen when I die. That's probably why I don't fear it. In fact, not probably at all. That's why I don't fear it. So anyway, I hope it, gives you a little boost, or it gives you a little clue or something, or maybe puts one more piece into the puzzle. And I hope you keep listening.